Good morning students. Welcome to session 7 on matrices. So in this session let us study about the determinants. So we know that there is a difference between matrix and determinants. Matrix is just notation like this and determinant has a value. This you have studied in your lower classes also, in first and second PUC also. That is, here if A is a matrix of this type, then its determinant is equals to, here we can have, it is denoted by like this here, and it is equals to cross multiply these two, a1 b2 minus a2 b1. So if it is a 3 by 3 matrix like this, suppose A is a matrix a1 b1 c1 first row, second row a2 b2 c2, and third row is a3 b3 c3. Then its determinant is equals to, we have here, it is like this here. Determinant of A is equals to, you write like this, this is first is plus, then minus, then plus you have to take here. So it is equals to, expansion of this one is a1 as it is, first element, then leave this column and this row and write the remaining elements, that is b2, c2, b3, c3. The next is minus b1, whatever it may be here, you just take minus b1 into, leave this column and row, write the remaining elements, that is a2, c3, a3, c3. The next element is plus, you have to take here. Next element is plus c1. You have to again leave this column and row and write the remaining elements, that is a2, b2, a3, b3. And it is equals to a1. We know how to expand this 2 by 2 matrix determinants. That is cross multiply these two, b2, c3 minus b3, c2. Minus b1 into, same thing here also, a2, c3 minus a3, c2. Then plus lastly c1 into a2 b3, cross multiply these two, a2 b3 minus a3 b2. So next one is rank of a matrix. So rank of a matrix means a matrix A is of order m by n is said to be of rank R if, so there are 2 points here. First, there exists at least one non-zero minor of order R. And next point is all the minors of order greater than R are 0. So that is, here we can also say this one as the order of a largest non-zero minor of rank of matrix A is called the rank of A. Then the rank of A is denoted by row of A. So minor means, suppose we have a matrix here. This is a matrix A1, B1, C1, second row A2, B2, C2, and third row A3, B3, C3. Minor means, suppose we can take here first element, that is first element if we select, leave this row and column, write the remaining element. So then we can call this one as the minor, B2, C2, B3, C3. Like this, we can call it as a minor. So this is the definition of a rank of a matrix, and this definition is not so important for finding the rank of the matrix in this chapter. So we are using other definitions for finding the rank of the matrix. You just note this. I will solve these examples on this topic afterwards because it is not useful here. We use other methods to find the rank of the matrix. So here I have a minor here. That is, suppose we have a matrix A like this here. Minor A1 means, that is leaving first row and first column, write the remaining elements. This is a minor, like this it is. Next is elementary transformations or operations. So this one is important here. So first one is, any rows or columns can be interchanged. That is, R1 and R2 can be interchanged, C1 and C2 can be interchanged, like this here. That is, Ri and Rj or Ci or Cj can be interchanged here. And secondly, every element of any row or column can be multiplied by a non-zero constant. For example, here R1 can be changed as k times of R1, and C1 similarly we can use the same operation for columns also. Ci can be changed as k times of Cj it is. This is not Ci or Cj only it is, like this. And next one is, every element of any row or column can be added or subtracted with k times the corresponding element of any other row or column. Means here, this is Ri can be changed as Ri plus k times of Rj. or columns also we can change. For example, here we can change here R1 changes to R1 plus 2 times of R2, etc. Like this we can change here. By applying all these operations, the matrix remains same. There is no any change in the matrix. Let us take one example. For example, we have a matrix A here. It is equals to, we have a matrix A is equals to 3, 0, minus 2, 1, 2, minus 1, 4, 2, minus 3. So let us interchange R1 and R2. We can interchange, this is first row and this is second row. This one is first row. This is second row. We can interchange here, this is third row. We can interchange any rows or columns. It doesn't make any difference. We can interchange here first and second row. So write the elements of second row first, then first row. That is here 1, 2, minus 1. I have interchanged here first and second row. And first row I have written here in the second row. And third row I kept as it is. So next one is here. We can multiply any row by some constant here. So here I have changed R1 changes to 3 times of R1 we can do, or we can change here R2 changes to 5 times of R2, like that we can change here. So R1 changes to 3 times of R1 means change, multiply every element of this row by 3. That is 3 into 1 is 3, 3 into 2 is 6, 3 into minus 1 is minus 3. And remaining rows you have to write as it is, because here we have done only one operation here. And we can, like this also we can do here. We can change R2 changes to R2 minus R1. That is the first, this is third point. Every element of any row can be added or subtracted by k times of the corresponding element of any other row. So R2 changes to here R2 minus R1 we can do. That is R2, this is R2 and this one is R1. This is very important here, because here for finding the rank of the matrix we use elementary transformation. This is R2 and this is R1, no? Like this it is. This is R2, this is R2 and this one is R1. What we are doing here? So what we are doing R2 minus R1. Means here first element, 3 minus 3, 0. Then R2 is 0. Here you see here R2 minus R1, 0 minus 6 is minus 6. Minus 2, minus of minus 3, because here R2 minus R1. R2 is minus 2, that is here like this here, minus 2, minus of minus 3. Corresponding elements is minus 2 plus 3 is 1, like this. This we can get here. Similarly, we have done what? R3 minus 3 times of 3 times of R3 minus 4 times of R1. So this one, 3 times of R3 means 4 into 3. First, I will tell you only about the first element. That is 3 times of R3. R3 is what? 4. Minus 4 times of R1. Corresponding element in first row is 3. Is 3. So 12 minus 12, it is 0. Similarly for second element, this is R3. So what you have to do is you have to multiply this with 3. 3 times of R3 means this is 3 into 2 minus 4 into R1. R1 is corresponding elements you have to see here in the first row is 6. That is 4 into 6 it is. 4 into 6. How much you will get here? 12 minus 24 is minus 18. Similarly last element is also same here. This is minus 3. 3 times of minus 3 minus 4 times of minus 3 it is. Minus 9 minus, this is minus 9 plus 12. How much it is? 3 into 3, no? It is 3 times of R3. 3 times of minus 3 minus 4 times of R1. Minus 4 times of R1. How much it is? Minus 9 plus 4 into 3, 12. This is plus 3, not minus 9. This is plus 3 it is. Like this. So this is about the elementary transformation of the matrices. Next is equivalent matrices. So that is just now I told you here. Just now I told you if B is a matrix obtained by applying the elementary operations on giving matrix A, then A and B are said to be equivalent matrices, and it is written as here A is equivalent to B. So this is the example. So just now I told you in the previous example also, here it is A and I have done here R2 is to R2 minus 2 R1 and R3 is to R3 minus 3 R1. Just now I told you in the previous example, no? Same thing. So we will get like this. This is B. So we can take here this one as here A is equivalent to B. That is, by applying elementary transformation to any matrix, it doesn't change its value. So we can take this one as equivalent. Next is echelon forms. So this one is important here. This one is very important. Echelon forms. Echelon forms means a matrix is said to be in echelon form if the first non-zero element in any row is unity. So that is, first element should be here what? This is the echelon form. First element of any row should start with 1. And second point, all the elements below this leading the non-zero entry are 0. That is, below that all elements should be 0. And third point, number of zeros preceding the leading non-zero entry in any row is less than the number of such zeros in the succeeding rows. Means, so in second row we should have only 1 0, then next we should have 2 zeros, then 3 zeros, like that. Number of zeros should be goes on increases in the next rows. And all non-zero rows must appear above the 0 rows. Suppose we have here all the rows are zeros, then remaining element should be in the previous rows. So that is here only one thing you have to remember. First element of any row should start with 1. So these are all the only definition, only this notes. You just remember, first element should start with 1. Every row should start with 1. And below that all elements should be 0. Then again second row also should start with 1 only. And below that also all the elements should be 0. And next third row also should start with 1. Then below that all the elements should be 0. And all 0 rows should appear in the last. So that is here, don't think that only it should be 1. It may be other numbers also. Then also we can call it as a echelon form. So echelon form means first, that is number of zeros in second row should be less than the number of zeros in third row, and the number of zeros in the fourth row, like that it is. So this is the echelon form. First element should be 1. Below that all elements should be 0. And second row also start with 1. All elements 0. It is like this only it is. And lastly, normal forms. So this is also very important, normal forms, because here all the rank of the matrix examples are on only these two topics. One is normal form, another is the equivalent forms, that is echelon forms. So a matrix of the form IR, oh, this is not 0, this is O, or it is like this, IR, O, and first row is IR, second row is O, or only IR. These are all called normal forms, where IR is what? IR is the unit matrix of order R comma R is said to be normal form. For example, here we have a matrix like this here. So in this is what here? This is I2. This is I2. I2 means it is a 2 by 2 matrix, unit matrix it is. This one is O here. This one is O, and this one is also O, and this one is also. It is what here? It is equivalent to I2OOO. In this form it is. Similarly, this is an example here. This example is what here? So here we have, it is a unit matrix. I hope all of you know unit matrix. Unit matrix is like this here. Unit matrix is equals to here 1 0 0 0 1 0 0 0 1. It is like this. So here this is unit matrix, and remaining these are all we can call it as what here? O we can take. So it is I3. It is a 3 by 3 unit matrix, and this is O. O is a null matrix whose elements are like this. And here we have, it is I2. This one is I2. Here we have what here? This is O here. So these are all the normal forms of a matrix. So here we have some properties. You just go through these properties. And in these properties here, so this one is rank of the matrix is always greater than or equals to 1. And rank of A is less than or equals to R, where every element, this one is not so important. You just don't read this one here. And rank of a matrix is always minimum of rows and columns here. Which is minimum? That is the rank of the matrix. And rank of transpose of a matrix is same as rank of a matrix. Suppose we have two matrices, then rank of AB is always less than or equals to rank of A, and it is always less than or equals to B also. So this one is important here. This point is important. So if a matrix is reducible to echelon form containing r number of non-zero rows, it is very important here. Number of non-zero rows is called rank of the matrix. This one is very important here. Number of non-zero rows. This one is very important here. To find the rank of the matrix, we use this. Number of non-zero rows in an echelon form is called rank of matrix. This one is very important. This we use for finding the rank of the matrix. That is, number of non-zero rows in a row reduced echelon form is called rank of the matrix. So this is the method we use for finding the rank of the matrix. Similarly, we use normal form also for finding the rank of the matrix. So this is all about the today's session. So we are going to study some more examples on this session, some more examples on this topic in the next session. So thank you.